with more mainly dry and cold weather expected through Friday. Celebrate the new year with Dixieland Fireworks, locally owned with the largest selection around. A Black Hat dealer with the lowest prices in Dixie. Dixieland Fireworks, just off I-75 on Ringgold Road, East Ridge. And I'm Storm Team 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Hoare.
Nooga Radio, digital FM 95.3 HD4 and 92.7 FM knows your opinion is important. So call 800-8949. Agree or disagree? Call 423-800-8949. 800-8949. Nooga Radio, 92.7 FM and 95.3 HD4. News Talk Nooga Radio. It's the moment you've been waiting for. Sam Jordan's Nooga Radio, 92.7 Sports. Now.
Well, good evening and welcome to a Thursday night edition of Sports Talk with Sam Jordan. And as you can tell, we have Hayden and Nick from the Chattanooga Eagles in studio with us. And we'll be talking Chattanooga Eagles football here on this Thursday night for at least a little bit of your time. You can always call in with questions or comments at 423-800-8949, 423-800-8949. And, of course, we're on Facebook Live and on YouTube. And you can also listen to us on NoogaRadio.com. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening. How you doing?
Not bad. Wow, in unison. Did you have that practice?
We did.
All right.
Several times.
I'm sure it took several times with Nick.
Sure.
All right. Chattanooga Eagles football is going to be kicking off here literally in just a mere 2 weeks, February 24th.
10 days.
And it's going to be over at Chattanooga Central High School.
Yes, sir.
And taking on a regional nemesis, and that's probably the best adjective to use, in the Dalton Danger. And that's always more of a backyard rivalry brawl that's probably going to happen, right?
Oh, yeah. I expect a really physical game, really good game, fun one,
right?
Very competitive.
Now, with this game here, it's an exhibition game, but it doesn't count against you guys in the standings or anything because Dalton's in a different league. It's just kind of a little fine-tune moment. But it will count for Dalton, from what I understand.
Yes, sir. It goes into I think it's their first regular season game of the year.
Okay.
Like you said, it's a preseason game for us, but every time you play, especially crosstown rivals, it means something, especially in recruiting. So I mean, it's a big deal. Now
the weather the last couple of weekends hasn't been the greatest for you guys. I know you've been trying to get some practices in. The last couple of Saturdays haven't been generous to you in that regards, but I'm sure that you still practice because of the fact you don't know if it's going to be raining on game day, wherever it may be, whether it's here in Chattanooga or on the road somewhere in Knoxville or wherever. But how are the team members shaping up? I mean, are you starting to find those holes that getting filled with certain players?
Yeah, definitely. There's some people rising up to where they need to be. There's some guys that we didn't know if they were going to be on that cut for the depth chart that are really taking over, especially at the quarterback position. We have a new guy come in this year. We had really good quarterback play last year. It's one of our things that we set aside that we want to try and get people out of here. We want to try and get people to the next level. So our quarterback that, did outstanding for us last year led us to, a national championship run. He's sliding over to receiver this year. And we're looking forward to one of the guys stepping in this year, Hunter Moore, at quarterback. So I think it's going to be a lot more in the air this year.
Okay. So the running game will still be existent, but not utilized as much.
It'll be utilized. Those guys are still going to get their touches because there's 6 guys in the backfield that could go. There's 6 guys that I feel like could step in and start for us. But obviously you can only play 1, 2, sometimes 3 running backs. So,
right.
I mean, they're all going to get their touches. They're all going to be vital threats to us. But, a lot of stuff that comes, what we're looking good at for the running backs right now is our screen game. I think that's going to be a lot of fun for them to get the ball in space and let them do what they do best.
Okay. Are you giving them a lot of latitude? And if they see the way the defense may be lining up, it's like change on the fly?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The quarterback, and this was the same thing last year. When he comes up to the line of scrimmage, the play is just a play that we want that's kind of our base. But whenever he comes up to the line, he has full range of the offense. You can play action off stuff and hit the what everybody's talking about now, the run pass option, RPO stuff. There's just everything he can do. He can step in and take control of completely what he wants to do out there.
All right. Let's get Nick in here. He's been too quiet, which is not typical for Nick LaFew. Nick, how are things going as far as, getting tickets out there available for people? Now, this game here with Dalton, is that a free admission game or what?
It's not a free admission, but we are having 2 games at Central on next Saturday. There's a game, I believe. I'm not sure who the IFL's having play, but there's a game at about 3:00 and then our game at about 7:30, depending on when that one finishes. You pay $10, you get in for both games. An all day worth of football right after the Super Bowl. Get a chance to kind of fill the void, I guess.
Okay. Now, with that, I'm sure with anything, just like here at the radio station, we're looking for sponsors, to sponsor, the programs that we have here on the radio station. Same thing, no different with the football team. How is that going? Is there still room for more sponsorship availabilities?
There's always room for you to jump on board with us any way you want to. Monetarily, obviously, and then there's other ways to promote with us as well. If you just reach out to us on Facebook, we're happy to do so back to you and figure out what we can do for you. We have done some good things the last couple of weeks, getting some sponsors at different areas and doing some great things. So you'll be seeing a lot more of them on our Facebook page, those sponsors, and then listening on the broadcast.
And as Nick is referring to, Nooga Radio 92.7 FM, 95.3 FM HD4. And of course, with NoogaRadio.com, we're going to be the exclusive radio home for the Chattanooga Eagles. Eagles are coming off a conference championship last season in their inaugural season. So the sophomore year hopefully will be even bigger and better than last year.
No slump. No sophomore slump.
No sophomore slump. Okay. It's all depending on the coaches, right?
100%.
Okay.
As long as I don't get fired, I'm all right.
Week by week.
Week by week. Okay. And with that comment by the general manager, hopefully the head coach won't slack off any there. But who are some of the players that you have identified, you and your staff, as far as sticking out that you think that will be playmakers, both sides of the line?
We'll start on the defensive side, especially. There's one guy in particular, kind of growing up watching the Cowboys, not really being a Cowboys fan. But there's a kid that's going to step in. He's 20 years old, going to play defensive back for us this year. His name's Deion Sanders. So, that's always awesome.
Spells it the same way.
Is he going to wear number 21?
He's going to wear number 20 because 21 was taken last year. But like I told him, I said, if he's going to have that name, he's going to have to start somewhere. So,
right.
No, with all that aside, he's a great kid. He plays his position really well. A young guy. Hasn't played a whole lot of football in his time. I think he started playing football his first time was his senior year. So he came in and he's really impressed us. He's stepped up. He's done everything he's been asked. And then you got guys, Dio. And there's a bunch of guys, especially in that defensive backfield, that are going to make some plays. One of the I don't want to say low key because I don't feel like any spots are low key on our football team.
Right.
But one of the guys that's kind of lays low and just does his job and does it really well.
Is Nick?
Yes.
Nick on occasions. But Sean Montgomery. Sean's a really good football player for us. He plays a lot of positions. He's got the body type to, if he had to, drop back and play that roll down safety guy, play some outside backer, play some running back for us.
He speaks louder by action than by chatter.
And he's just one of those guys that he's always in the right place. He doesn't he makes big plays, but he doesn't make the loud plays. I think that's one thing where he can definitely grow. But he does the right thing. He makes the tackles. He doesn't miss tackles. He does exactly what he's supposed to do. So I look forward to a breakout season from him.
What about on special teams?
Special teams, we just got a kicker. We actually have 2 kickers that came out this year.
3.
Yeah, 3. One's a question mark. But
no, let's be nice.
No, I'm kidding.
Nick Jr. doesn't count.
I give all my special teams guys a hard time because it's just like everybody hates kickers.
Really?
Especially coaches.
But, yeah,
I would be more concerned with the placeholder than the kicker.
No, with all that said, they're all 3. They're a great group of guys. They match the profile of a kicker. They're kind of the class clown of the team. You know, they get along with everybody.
Nick's in charge of that one.
Yeah, they're great kids. I really look forward to seeing what they do. I would love to be able to kick some extra points and stuff this year.
Right.
You know,
instead of going for 2-point conversions.
Last year we had a really good rating though on 2-point conversions last year. So I don't know. You know, they might have to be kicking off and punting, but we'll see. You know, I look forward to.
It's a work in development.
It is a work in development. It is a big work in development.
All right. Let's switch gears here, and we're kind of going out into uncharted territory here. As far as with the schedule, now I understand that it has not been totally released yet and everything because they're still adding more and more teams. But I mean, you seem to be pretty confident of some of the teams that you're going to be facing this year. How do you see that? And with some of those teams that you're pretty confident that we're going to be taking on this year, what do you feel will be some of the things that you'll look from those particular games, or you're just looking at the Dalton game and not worrying about anything else right now?
I mean, you know, it's always, you know, the Dalton game is our number one priority right now. You know, we want to win that game and then move from there. But at the same time, that game doesn't, you know, I don't want to say it doesn't matter because I want to win.
It just doesn't count.
But it doesn't count. So,
Right.
you know, that's not our main focus right now. Right now, our main focus is getting our guys to be the best they can be, and putting them in the best spots to be successful. So I think, you know, going into the season, you know, like we had talked about before, we're going to have the target on our back coming off the sophomore year. You know, the new team's kind of gone away considering we made a championship run last year. But there's going to be some guys out there this year. I still think we'll play Huntsville. I think we'll find a way to make that game happen because everybody likes that game. It's always a really good crowd. Either we go there or they come here. It's always a great crowd. It's always a really good football game. And then the team, and the thing that I guess I'm most concerned about is every team that was in our division last year is out.
Yeah.
You know, there's 3 new football teams in there. And I say new because they're new to the GDFL.
Right.
But, you know, I think I know of one of them. That the team from Nashville,
Tennessee.
Middle Tennessee. They're a really good football team. You know, our first year as an organization, they kind of they beat us pretty good. And, you know, we struggled with them, but we're a lot better than what we were then. So, you know, I look forward to that challenge. I look forward to riding up to Nashville and them having to come here. And I really look forward to getting in front of our fans. So, you know, that'll be a lot of fun for us.
But do you feel that your core roster is pretty well set?
Yeah, I think we grew a lot from last year. You know, last year, after about probably 2 weeks before the season, our roster kind of got cut to about 45. This year, I think we're pretty set. We'll be running in with about 60 to 65 guys this year on the roster.
Do you feel like after having that playoff run that it's really put you on the map as far as players seeing, wow, this is the real deal? They're really, you know, confident. They're playing strong. You feel like that's helped with bringing more talent to the off season here?
I think that's and obviously we focus on winning football games but that's not our number one priority. But it helps everything. You know, you always hear the people say that winning solves everything.
Right.
So, but you know, whenever they hear about that stuff, people just want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. That's something we preach, you know, on a daily basis. But I do think that, you know, that made them look at us and be like, wow, you know, this team's for real. They're not playing around. They're going out there to win. They're going out there to win championships. You know, we got our rings. We got some shirts made, all that good stuff. So any type of exposure like that will bring people in. It's just getting it out there.
Right. Nick, where do you feel? Boy, it does look pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a nice little ring.
Nice. It's real nice.
How
really
heavy is it?
Pretty heavy.
Yeah. That kind of looks like my Erie Explosion ring that I got from the 2014 season or 13 season. I mean, that size 15, and boy, I mean, it almost weighs your hand down where you're going to have a broken finger or something.
It's heavy. It's really heavy.
But where do you feel, you know, that the team could actually do a lot more for the community in trying to attract, you know, a larger fan base than what you experienced this past season?
Well, I think we have to do a better job of just getting out there. You know, it's easy to talk about. You know, it's easy to say that you're going to go out and do this and do that, but it's one thing to do it. You know, last year we reached out to a couple people. I think we did a really good job last year, but I think we need to get a lot better. You know, we reached out to some elementary schools and stuff like that, but I think we need to explode on that. I really do. I think we can get some guys, you know, and one thing that I heard this morning, the St. Jude radio show,
Mhm.
you know, all that stuff. I think stuff like that would be cool for us to donate something, any type of money, any type of anything, even our time, just going down there and spending time with those kids. I just think that for us to be successful, you know, I think we have to put our name out there. I think we have to do stuff to show people that we are more than just a football team.
Now, do you think either one of you can answer this? You know, like the Chattanooga Football Club has the Chattahooligans. Do you think that we can find something like that with the Eagle fan base?
Well, I will say this about our fan base. They may not have the cool nickname like the Chattanooligans do, but our fan base does get very loud and vocal during games. As I was sitting in the press box and stuff last year, you definitely hear them and hear some individuals out of others. But I do think to be able to continue to grow our fan base, I think having something for them to do at games and to be able to do other things than just have football, maybe have, you know, other things to do at halftime, stuff like that, things that we have in the works is going to draw more people and get us a bigger, larger fan base. It's just, it was kind of difficult the first year because nobody really knows about you. Now people do, so we don't really have an excuse for not having people there.
I would love to do, you know, we actually got lucky enough to be behind the Chattahooligans. Sorry about that, guys. We actually got lucky enough to be behind them in a parade or in front of them in a parade. One of the two, I don't remember what it was. They were awesome people.
Yeah.
Like they loved buying into community stuff. I think something like that would be perfect.
Yeah, the one thing from talking with Sean McDaniel and their staff over there with the football club is they are there like 3-4 hours before the game starts, and they're there for a couple hours afterwards before they go to the neighborhood bar that's there by Finley Stadium.
Yeah.
Now, we don't have that luxury where Chattanooga Central High School is, but I mean, I'm sure that over a period of time, and they've only been in existence for 10 years, you know, this is only the second year for the Eagles and everything. So hopefully we can develop that to where it keeps growing and growing, and you go to that neighborhood cheers type of experience, and, you know, post game, fly Eagles fly.
That'd be awesome. That's what, you know, that's our ultimate goal. You know, we want to build something that people can be proud of. People can come to have fun and just hang out with their friends, hang out with their, you know, their community. That's obviously what everybody says they want to do.
Right.
It's just time to do it. You know, we're running up there, and, you know, I tend to press on this guy a lot. You know, I'm like, dude, we got to do this. We got to go. Everything's going slow. So it's kind of my job, I guess, in the aspect. I got to kind of scale back. Sometimes I dream big.
Hard to do.
Yeah, I dream big. So
now, Nick, how can people go and get tickets for this Dalton Danger game?
So for this specific game, all you really have to do is show up, come to the game, come early. You don't have to even stay the whole time. You know, keep your ticket. If you want to go leave, go get something to eat, come back. It's just a good day of football. So just come, show up. We'll get you your ticket, and you'll be good to go for both games. You know, we don't really have like a pre-sale with it just because it's more of a first come, first serve. However, Central does have quite a large area. There's lots of standing room if it ever came to that or anything like that. So it's quite a large stadium for high school. So it's a good place to watch a game. There's a lot of good spaces to be. So just get there, come early, watch the good football at 3:00, and then come again and watch it at 7.
Watch the good show.
Yes, the better show.
The best show.
Will season tickets be available for people to purchase?
At this time, we don't really know how we're going to do with season tickets. Last year, we tried to come up with an idea for it. It's difficult because there's only 4 games. So the thing with that is if you have an interest in doing that, buying season tickets for all 4 home games, let us know at the game, and we'll talk to you and work out what we need to do.
Even on our Facebook page.
Yeah, like if we could reach out to us.
Because, you know, that we would love to have fan feedback of stuff that they would want to see at the games. You know, we're not the people locked up in a show. You know, we're ordinary people. It's not a, you know, you can text us, Facebook message us, whatever you want to do. Just put it on our page, what you guys would want to do. You know, see at our games.
We're always open to ideas.
Yeah, and we're all still learning. You know, we're all young, so we're all we're just trying to meet everybody's, I guess, needs, preferences.
Dalton Danger coming up February 24th. Believe it or not, it's here before you know it. And you know, as far as with this rivalry that you have with them, even though it's just the one game and it doesn't count for you guys, How much is really truly on the line going up against Dalton?
I would say for me, honestly, it's everything.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of those things I want to win. And, I'm going to scale back our guys. I don't want to say scale back, but I'm going to make sure I put them in the best position to win and stay healthy through this game. Because at the end of the night, it doesn't do anything to us. It's a preseason game.
Okay.
But we want to win the football game. It probably – I want to win this one right now more than I did any game last year.
Means a lot.
It means it's a lot to me, yes.
All right. Nick, how can people get a hold of Chattanooga Eagles if they want to get tickets or find out more information?
You can just reach out to us on Facebook at Chattanooga Eagles Football. You can also message us there. You can just post on the wall, whatever you need to do. And then you can also email us at chattanoogaeagles@gmail.com.
All right. So the Eagles will be on the Nooga Radio 92.7 FM coming up on Saturday, February 24th with a 7 o'clock kick. And I will be bringing you all the play-by-play action of that exciting contest. And we'll have Keon Rose, a part of the broadcast as well, with various forms of that. He'll be busy enough on game day as well. We've got more coming up here after the break. Thanks for listening to Sports Talk with Sam Jordan. You're on Nooga Radio 92.7 FM.
Chattanooga Radio, digital FM 95.3 HD4, 92.7 FM's news now.
A Republican-led House committee has unanimously voted down legislation to let Tennessee handgun permit holders bring guns in most places, including hospitals and professional sports arenas. Governor Bill Haslam's administration expressed opposition to the bill. Representative Chuck Fleischman reacting on Twitter to the deadly shooting in Florida, saying, quote, "I am watching the tragic situation unfolding at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida and pray for the safety of all students and faculty. Thank you to the courageous first responders." The president of Middle Tennessee State University and the Black Student Union have expressed a response to racist flyers found on Black History Month posters on campus. The campus president called it a white supremacist group and said their materials were unauthorized on campus. Val St. John for Nooga Radio, News Talk 92.7, News Now.
Chattanooga Morning News with Russ and Val. Weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on Nooga Radio, 92.7 FM.
Mom's Stew Pot, her exercise bike, her bookcase of cheap novels, Mom's estate. Oh, just call Dan. He'll sort, organize, clear out, tag, sell, and in a few days, hand you a nice check. 314-4034. 314-4034.
Oh, man, rush. I've got to get stuff for the party. Where can I go that's going to give me a wide selection of beer, wines, and spirits? Oh, I've got it. I'll go to Harry's Wine and Spirits, Signal Mountain. Maybe East Brainerd Wine and Spirits in East Brainerd. I could go to Riley's Wines and Spirits in Hickson. Wow, look at the huge selection in here. Look at these great prices. Amazing. Oh, yeah. I'm going to find something for my lady, too. I'm going to make this party a success.
Make your party a success when you stop in at Harry's Wine and Spirits in Signal Mountain, East Brainerd Wine and Spirits in East Brainerd, and Riley's Wine and Spirits in Hickson.
In this moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with whom? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance. Someone you can call when bad stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Let Goss Insurance in Chattanooga help you today. GossInsurance.wordpress.com. Goss, representing Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. GossInsurance.com. Goss. GossInsurance.com. Representing Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. 875-2500. 875-2500. Want a business phone system that gives you Outlook integration, Salesforce integration, smartphone integration? Why desk sets and expensive lines? Turn smartphones into a cohesive business system. Call Signal 619-1200. Signal Voice and Data 619-1200.
Traffic, news, and information. Nooga Radio, digital FM 95.3 HD4 and 92.7 FM.
Expect fair to partly cloudy skies to continue through your nighttime. Cold overnight, lows mid and upper 20s. Now for your Wednesday, look for some sunshine with a breeze out of the north, though. Light cold, highs up around 40 with more mainly dry and cold weather expected through Friday. Celebrate the new year with Dixieland Fireworks, locally owned with the largest selection around. A black hat dealer with the lowest prices in Dixie. Dixieland Fireworks, just off I-75 on Ringgold Road, East Ridge. And I'm Storm Team 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Hoare.
Nooga Radio, digital FM 95.3 HD4 and 92.7 FM knows your opinion is important. So call 800-8949. Agree or disagree? Call 423-800-8949. 800-8949. Nooga Radio, 92.7 FM and 95.3 HD4. News Talk Nooga Radio. It's the moment you've been waiting for. Sam Jordan's Nooga Radio, 92.7 Sports. Now.
Nooga Radio 92.7 FM, 95.3 FM HD4 as we're broadcasting live here from our Hickson Pike Studios in Chattanooga. Glad to have you along wherever you may be throughout the Tennessee Valley. And it was great having Nick and Hayden in here from Chattanooga Eagles. Don't forget, once again, we'll be broadcasting their football games all season long, and we'll have the exhibition game with the Dalton Danger Saturday night special on February 24th from Chattanooga Central High School. So if you can't make it to the game, you can always listen to it here at Nooga Radio 92.7 FM, 95.3 FM HD4. And we'll be talking Eagles football generally every Thursday night with Nick and Hayden and maybe a player or two as well. You know, one thing that I found interesting earlier in the day, I'm always scouting around looking for interesting stories to talk about, whether it be football, basketball, baseball, hockey, whatever. But former Heisman Trophy winner Johnny Manziel is back in the news. He's looking at making a football comeback. No, he won't be on the Chattanooga Eagles, thankfully. But supposedly, he tweeted yesterday morning that he has signed with the Developmental Spring League in Austin, Texas, which will play from March 28th to April 15th. The league is designed for players hoping to impress NFL scouts. Okay. Manziel won the Heisman as a freshman with Texas A&M in 2012 and left school after his sophomore season for the NFL. He was drafted by the Cleveland Browns, but was cut in 2015 and hasn't played since. Now, he had a recent interview with Good Morning America where Manziel said he's been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and has stopped drinking alcohol. Well, I guess that's good that he has realized he does have an issue and he's trying to get it taken care of. And he's realized that alcohol consumption is not the best for him with having that sort of a disorder. So hopefully he will be able to get his act together and maybe, I mean, because he's not that bad of a quarterback. It's just his off-field antics is what really, deterred him from actually having a successful career. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. I'm sure there's a lot of other NFL-type players that are out there that actually would be good for playing in that spring development league. I can remember when I was up north in Pennsylvania, was working with the Erie Explosion. And one of our first games that we had in the 2015 season was with the Northern Kentucky River Monsters. They're out at just over the line from Cincinnati, Ohio. There where Northern Kentucky University is played. And Jared Lorenzen was the quarterback for the River Monsters. Now, if you don't recall that name, check him out on Facebook or Google the name. I personally got to witness where he went down and he never played another down of football. He broke his leg in a couple different places. And Jared Lorenzen was the backup to Phil Simms on the Giants' last Super Bowl team. And Jared Lorenzen, when he played for the Giants, was probably 225 to 250 range in weight. When he played for the Northern Kentucky River Monsters just a little over 2 years ago, he was over 350 pounds playing quarterback. Quarterback, you know, the one that throws the ball or hands it off to the runner, you know, or keeps the quarterback sneak. 350 pounder. And it was unfortunate to see him go down like that. And especially with someone that had, you know, pro experience. I mean, playing for a real NFL team. And he had been around the league and stuff for a number of years, but to see someone, you know, trying to hold on and have some sort of respectability, you know, was quite interesting. But, you know, football, hopefully this works out for Johnny Manziel, and, you know, maybe they will give him an opportunity. And leagues like the Gridiron Development Football League that the Eagles are in, you know, these type of leagues are to help promote and move up the various NFL or possible NFL playing experience, or even the Canadian Football League or some of the other football leagues that are out there, like the IFL, like Nick and Hayden were referring to earlier. There'll be a game at 3:00 there at Chattanooga Central as well. But the IFL basically, you know, is probably about as close as to getting up to that CFL level or NFL level for a lot of players out there. But, you know, the indoor football leagues and the semi-pro football leagues that are out there, such as the Gridiron Development Football League, you know, are here to help promote and build them up and get them in front of potential scouts. I mean, scouts are always looking for the next great thing that they feel can help a particular pro team out there. So, and I've seen that firsthand with a lot of players that went through Erie and some of the other northern teams that I covered in my many years of doing sports, whether it's on radio or television. So, you know, yeah, you want to represent your home area and have the best competitive team out there, but, you know, there's still players out there that are young enough that could actually make a difference and possibly crack a roster, even if it's on the practice squad. So good luck to Johnny. All right, we want to give you a little program note. Coming up Monday night, we're going to be talking with a representative from the Greater Chattanooga Sports Hall of Fame about their upcoming banquet and induction ceremony. Ted Turner, who has been the Time Magazine Man of the Year and cable television's Man of the Century, and he's a billionaire businessman and philanthropist, is receiving the President's Special Recognition at the Greater Chattanooga Sports Hall of Fame induction banquet. That will be held on Monday, February 26th at the Chattanooga Convention Center. That'll get underway at 6:30 p.m. His son, Rhett, and his grandson, also named Rhett, who's a Macaulay senior, will be representing Mr. Turner, who's 79. He built CNN and TBS and was an owner of the Atlanta Braves. I believe he still is. And he actually has a lot of roots here to the Chattanooga area. So it's good to see that honor being bestowed upon Mr. Turner and his vast accomplishments to sports in general, with sailing, which is one of his long passions that he has had over the years. And in fact, from what I understand, spent a lot of time out on Lake Chickamauga and also a part of the Privateer Yacht Club in Hickson. So that will be one of the things that he will be getting to add to his list of many accomplishments through the years in Ted Turner. And so we'll be talking with Catherine Neely from the Chattanooga Sports Hall of Fame on that induction, along with many others. I believe altogether There's 17 new inductees and 6 special award winners that will be announced at the banquet. Tickets are available through the 19th of February by calling 423-842-7274. Tickets are $40 a piece. So if you'd like to attend that at the Chattanooga Convention Center, get a hold of the Sports Hall of Fame and acquiring your tickets. All right, we've got basketball action going on throughout the area. Ottawa won twice to open District 5 AAA tournament. Smith led the Owls in beating Soddy Daisy 59-51, and the Lady Owls ripped the Lady Trojans 50-28. Ottawa just pounded Soddy Daisy inside the entire second half and either went to the rim or the free throw line during that time span. The Owls are 7-16. They made 21 of 30 charity tosses in the second half alone, including 13 of 17 in the fourth quarter, and holding off for that win by 8 points in the play-in game to start the boys portion of the District 5 AAA basketball tournament last night at Walker Valley High School. The 7th-seeded Owls, who lost 4 of their last 5 regular season games, advanced to the quarterfinals and play host Walker Valley tonight. That just got underway about 15 minutes ago. Walker Valley's 15-9. So congratulations and best of luck to all the area teams that are in playoff action. They include, now this is the schedule just at Walker Valley High School. Cleveland girls took on Ottawa in the first game here tonight at 6. If we don't have a score on that, when we get it, we'll try to pass it along. Walker Valley boys taking on Ottawa as we speak. Tomorrow, McMinn County girls will be taking on Walker Valley at 6. McMinn County boys taking on Bradley Central at 7:30 p.m. Saturday, girls semifinal and boys semifinal action will get underway at 3 and 4:30. And then the second set of semifinals will get underway at 6 and 7:30 p.m. Then Monday, the girls' third place game will take place at 6 o'clock. The girls' championship game at 7:30 p.m. Then Tuesday, the boys' third place game will get underway at 6 and the boys' championship at 7:30 p.m. And we will let you know throughout the weekend and, of course, on Monday and Tuesday, who all is in the various championship games going on throughout the weekend. BK Racing has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on the NASCAR scene, and it would allow the team to compete in the Daytona 500 this weekend and potentially operate while running up with a plan to pay debtors. Filing came earlier today, less than an hour before a hearing on a request from Union Bank and Trust to appoint a receiver to take over BK Racing assets, which includes a charter that is very precious on the NASCAR scene of things. NASCAR's version of a franchise that guarantees a spot in every race. Bankruptcy filing halts all other court proceedings in the matter. BK Racing could still have competed as a non-charter team for one of the 4 open spots in the field, but a non-charter team gets 35% of what a charter team earns per race. So it's huge dollars involved. And NASCAR could still revoke BK Racing's charter because of the bankruptcy filing. Sanctioning body did not indicate whether or not it would pursue that route in bankruptcy court. Greg Gaulding is scheduled to compete tonight in the Daytona 500 qualifying race, which is also known as the Can-Am Duels, set of races that will determine the field for Sunday's 60th running of the Great American Race. Team's engine builder, Race Engines Plus, refused to start the motor in single-car qualifying inspection last Sunday. The car must start the 150-miler Thursday in order to compete on Sunday. In the bankruptcy filing, BK Racing says it owes REP $569,539, although REP has sued Divine, the individual owner of the team, claiming it is owed $647,084. A lot of money with racing engines. Yeah. And it's not a cheap sport to get involved in. But even on the local dirt track scene, engines are quite a chunk of change, to say the least. 423-800-8949 is the phone number to call if you'd like to talk sports. Olympics are still going on, a lot of downhill skiing going on, a lot of gymnastics action, and a whole lot more going on over in Pyeongchang, South Korea. I want to get that one right. It's in South Korea. And so the Olympics kind of been a little bit of a ho-hum type of deal so far this year. And with that, it will be interesting to see how well the USA does in the medal standings and stuff. And, we wish them the best as well. Now, as I mentioned in my sports updates throughout the day today, Red Bank High School has formed a committee to choose its next head football coach. Their former coach was only there for a few seasons and was unexpectedly not renewed, as most coaching positions are year to year. And they've came up with a 7-member committee that includes the principal and the assistant principal and the athletic director, but also a community representative, a former football player, a faculty representative, and a parent representative that are on this committee looking to secure a head football coach here in the very near future, as the football team will have some practicing going on as the summer goes along. Football really never ends, where they're constantly in preparation until they have the mandatory workouts and everything's official with the TSSAA, where you can start practicing like a couple weeks before your first game, and you can have some scrimmage games in there to kind of weigh and figure out where you need to make improvements at and that sort of thing. So hopefully they will be able to get that out of the way. I know a lot of parents and players and students were not happy with the decision of the principals at Red Bank on the dismissal of its former head coach. But hopefully they will be able to keep that winning attitude, because Red Bank made the playoffs and went pretty far into the playoffs. And hopefully they can keep that momentum going, even though the bulk of the coaching staff, I guess, is looking to stay on if at all possible. So, a lot of things going on with local sports. The Mocs are in action here tonight at the Roundhouse, or no, actually they are on the road tonight. Let me flip through here. Yeah, the Mocs are going to be on the road at Wofford tonight, and then Senior Day at McKenzie Arena on Saturday with their contest there with Furman, I believe. No, Furman is tonight, and Wofford will be the senior night game that will be played at McKenzie Arena. So if you've got an opportunity, you can still get down to the Roundhouse on Saturday to get your tickets for that contest. You can go to the gomox.com or get them at the McKenzie Arena box office. They're right off of 4th Street, I believe it is. And go down and support the Mocs. And they will be kicking it in to playoffs here coming up real soon. They've only got 4 games remaining on the schedule, with including tonight's game. They're on the road at Furman. So best of luck to the Mocs. And then, of course, the women's team actually are doing pretty good, and we wish them the best of luck as they're trying to complete their season, and they should have a nice playoff run. It was really fun talking with Coach Jim Foster the other week. We didn't really talk a whole lot about his 900th win, but I tell you what, he's a very modest individual, very, very modest. And he attributes a lot of success to his players on the team. And, he gives them that direction along with the assistant coaches and stuff, but they pretty well have got a good chemistry going. And so the Mocs women's team should do well as they head into the postseason as well. Once again, don't forget, coming up on Sunday, we'll have the 60th running of the Daytona 500, the Great American Race, and you can hear it here through the facilities of the Motor Racing Network. And let me take a look here quick. That is supposed to get underway around 1:30 p.m. here on Nooga Radio, 92.7 FM and 95.3 FM HD4. Then next Saturday night, not this Saturday night, but next Saturday night, live from Chattanooga Central High School will be Chattanooga Eagles football with the Dalton Danger. And myself, along with Keon Rose, will be bringing you that broadcast of exciting Chattanooga Eagles football here on Nooga Radio 92.7 FM. Hayden Clark and his fine staff are looking to have another fine, successful season. And Thursday nights, we'll be talking with the Eagles in studio about each week's contest. Now, they'll have this exhibition game going on the 24th with Dalton. But when the regular season gets underway in April, it will be on a very regular basis. We'll be talking with Coach Clark and Nick LaFew, the general manager, and hopefully with some of the players each week, as we'll be highlighting the Eagles and their upcoming contest and stuff with the football team and stuff. Keon Rose, my good buddy, is up next with the Clutch, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Have a great evening, and Godspeed to you, wherever you may be. Nooga Radio, 92.7 FM, CBS World and National News coming up in just a few moments. Then the Clutch with Keon Rose. So long, everybody.
Chattanooga Morning News with Russ and Val. Weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on Nooga Radio, 92.7 FM.